the real challenges in running a business, especially a business over a 100-year period of time, is that you have to be on the bleeding edge of a lot of things, and you have to take a lot of chances. Guden was founded in 1920. It was founded by H.A. Guden, that was my grandfather, and their dad, who was my great-grandfather, Charles Guden. They had a company before that called Phono and Metal Products, and they basically had the hardware products that would go on to the old wind-up phonographs. You know, you had that major depression right then, and my grandmother used to tell a story of having 40 phonographs down in her basement that my grandfather had to take in payment for, from some companies that couldn't pay their bill. Jack Guden, my dad, went up to Connecticut to the Stanley Works, who we represented, and they said, we've got this load of continuous hinge, and we'd like to get rid of it. He bought a whole lot of this continuous hinge at closeout prices, made up a brochure and sent it out to a bunch of potential customers in the metal cabinet industry, and that's how we ended up in the continuous hinge business.
Operationally, many things have changed, and they kind of are all about customer service.
As a customer, even if I don't know exactly what I need or exactly what I want, Guden's a place that they can come to have a conversation with someone, and that person's experience and expertise and pulling from other experiences, or I just talked to somebody the other day with a similar situation to yours. What do you think about this?
When you talk to a customer, you're representing the entire company. You're not just representing yourself. You're representing what you stand for, and the quality and the service go hand in hand. So it's very important to make the customer feel that they're part of your team too, and make things simpler for them and make them want to come back.
I think I did an order maybe like last week or something, and the guy, had emailed me back. I can't believe I got an acknowledgement. I just barely hung up the phone with you, and I have an acknowledgement in my email already. That kind of quick service.
We keep copious records on absolutely every bit of conversation that we've had with a customer, all his requirements, that thing he said a year and a half ago about shipping requirements when it goes to the Ohio location. Nothing over 500 pounds can go to the Ohio location. We'll remember that and have that written down. A year later, we'll get an order for 1,500 pounds of something, and the guy says, "Oh, ship it to the Ohio location." We'll dig up that little tidbit and go, I have a note here that says nothing over 500 pounds goes to Ohio. And they go, oh, yeah. No, don't ship it there. Don't ship it there. It's got to go to New Jersey. And we'll go, oh, okay. And we'll send it to New Jersey.
They're not just our customers or our vendors. They're part of our organization to help us grow as well as them.
That's the big thing. You have to want them, make them want to feel like they're important too. They're not just a number or just a company. They are an individual person that you're dealing with, and you want them to feel like they're part of the whole experience at Guden.
People will catch on quick if you're not truthful. If you don't deliver on what you're going to say you're going to do. You can get away with that for a little while, but people are smart and will not continue to do business with you if they don't get a sense that you're going to say something and then follow up and do it.
When our customers are ordering something from us and we're saying, yes, we can provide what we're saying we can provide, we take that very seriously, and we want to make sure that before it leaves our building, we ensure that the product is everything we said it would be.
You wouldn't believe how much customers really appreciate you being honest with them 3 months ahead while there's still time to do something about it. That is really transformative. That kind of honesty to say, I don't think it's going to work out, so we're going to need an extra week on that. Customers really love it when you're honest about what's actually going to happen, and it actually simplifies your operation because you can start to head off problems before they happen.
Quality is an overarching subject that we discuss in this office every single day.
Okay, my position as the quality warehouse manager, oversees the quality function. We have an inspection department that, checks all the parts, to the requirements specified either on a drawing or description by a customer, as well as making sure that those products are shipped in a timely manner at a most economical cost for our customers.
We have technical drawings posted for all of our items with dimensions on them, with tolerances, and our stuff always comes in within the tolerances, and if it doesn't, it's our fault. We take it back.
We have a customer that the hinge that they buy, you take it apart. And during their production, their people just need to be able to take one from one box, take one from the other box, and have them fit together. If you don't make sure that the dimensions are exactly correct and exactly within tolerance, then it might not fit quite right. If we didn't check it appropriately and we didn't make sure that all of the, fits were correct, then it wouldn't work for them. Our job is to always make sure that they work together.
I've worked in a few warehouse jobs. I've never seen anything like this where it's picture perfect, you know what I mean? We barely get any returns back. A small company like this, but the large output that we have, and to get barely anything back, I think that's phenomenal.
In that warehouse right now is one of the world's largest selections of continuous hinge, in stock, ready to ship immediately. It's something that we go to some effort to make sure that when somebody calls us with a continuous hinge order and they're exploring alternatives, and saying, well, what if we made the material a little bit thicker? What if we went for a different knuckle size? We're likely to be able to ship all of those options today.
Now we have the ability to measure more things.
Be it digital micrometers, digital calipers, a new digital force measurement gauge. We're always trying to tighten up the accuracy of the measurements to provide the customer with the best quality product.
They also want, CAD models, 3D CAD models, because they're doing CAD engineering, and they're building the part inside the computer, and they want to be able to put on that handle or that hinge or that gas spring inside the computer, and they want that 3D model, and they don't want to have to draw it themselves.
There's no part of me or of Guden that wants to send out something that is not going to comply with a customer's request or a customer's drawing or not going to work for their design, because without that quality control, you can't retain the customers. You won't be around for another 100 years.
One of our most valuable assets is our employees. We've got a great group of folks, and they're dedicated, and we really have extremely low turnover. I've always heard that my grandfather, during the Depression, never took a salary because, he wanted to make sure that his employees were okay.
During my time here, for myself, I know I've grown a lot. I've learned to take on challenges more head-on and be more decisive at times, and that comes from the freedom that was given to me to grow in my own position.
It's so important that you keep your employees and treat them right.
What people get here, they will not get anywhere else. I've worked for companies that give you very little, and here it's totally different. It really is. So it's a good thing.
There's always been a focus on family, not just the family of the company, but what the company does for the employees' families. And there's always been that focus and understanding the importance that what we do here and the success of what we're doing here only helps everyone's families outside of this building.
Companies just don't get to 100 years without having that kind of reputation for solidity within and relationships with our customers and our vendors.
100 years is a long, long time, and they've gotten through a lot of difficult periods in our history as a country, and that weighs heavily on a next generation.
You think back to all of the people before you that have contributed to where this company is now.
I think going on 3 years now.
4 years, just over 4 years.
Almost 6 years.
10 years ago.
About 11 years ago.
I think in 2001.
Since 1989.
38 years ago.
And I've been here since 1966.
Most of us feel a real sense of pride and a certain sense of ownership, especially those of us that have been here for a while, because we know that we've been a part of it. And I think even people that are new feel like they're joining into something that has a certain amount of weight.
You know, I think we're going to have a great next 10 years, I'm for sure, and I intend to be around to watch it.
You know, it's 100 years, and that's an amazing accomplishment, and we don't see the end. You know, we're just looking forward to an even brighter future.